Welcome to third chapter. In this chapter we will change the mood of the scene. We have worked on second chapter and convert it to after rain. Because we worked non-destructive method and organized our project well, so we don't have too much effort. First of all, after rain, of course we don't have raining anymore. So I will delete rain groups and allow me to save as for third part exterior underscore to underscore after rain. Okay, save with maximum compatibility. And now our overall light should be increased, of course. So I want to increase overall light intensity a bit more. We could merge all layers together to increase the light intensity, but I want to change them one by one. So allow me to open the scene and find and adjust one by one. This is our main subject. I select it. Go to image menu, adjustment, and we could choose between exposure, curves, levels, or even brightness and contrast. Allow me to do with exposure. If I increase exposure value, as you see my subject getting lighter, we could of course tweak gamma, but press OK. And here we have changes. Also, I could disable previous adjustments one by one to see what we have done. This is exposure. I applied curve. And I could double click on this curve name. Okay. And increase the value a bit to get more brighten. And allow me to check lighter part. So this is before, after. It is acceptable. We could adjust later on too. This is our flowers. So I find the curve, double click. I could enable don't show again. Okay. And start making a bit brighter too. Okay. And this is shadow. We could decrease shadow opacity a bit. Or less blurriness because now we have more direct light. Maybe even less, something around 4.5 is fine. And for plants here we have trees. I choose this tree and check curve here. Yep, lighter it is better. And yes, I disabled those. For this foreground tree also, I could adjust it. No, it is too bright, so double click and I will add overall light a bit. For green value also I could bring it more, not too much because it is after rain, it is not fully sunny. For people I could also readjust them. Allow me to find, we have a curve here, but for lady only. This is reflection, it is fine. And subject, I'm zooming a bit to see my subject better. Alright, choose the layer, image adjustment and curves, or press Ctrl or Command M. Increase the light in a bit. Or even we could remove totally this subject because we don't have rain anymore. So I delete this lady and reflection. It is fine. We could add more subjects later. For this person here. Okay, actually reflection, it's not so important. I double click and increase the overall light. And these two. Okay. left the bright red values, but don't add darken too much because we don't need anymore. Okay, I collapse peoples. And for reflection, we could decide after rain how long passed. If passed too much, so we don't have too many rain left over on the ground, or if just finished rain, definitely we have more water on the ground, so I could choose the mask and also show you more techniques. I choose the mask of reflection, select brush tool, white color, and start adding some more wetness. Maybe here. Okay. Less soften. Allow me to increase more. Also, I think the reflection need more adjustment here. Soften, maybe less flow, and slowly start adding reflections here. Here. To get more reflection, you see reflections coming more and more. We don't have reflection of this chair here. We could add manually. All right, overall rain. Also this section. Okay, because of vegetation we should careful. And note that I hold on the Alt or Option key and click on the mask. We have the mask blur here. If you want to make simulation like previous chapter tutorial, but this time manually, select smudge tool and regular brush, of course. Smaller and a bit soft. And we could manually start, oops, the strength is too much. So decrease the value, start smudging. You see, we make it more blurry on the edges. So with that technique, I could do that again. Maybe strength is too much. Try to grab from edges, not in middle. Okay, to not push too much. Even top parts, we could smudge it. We see what's going on. It is not so strong, but it could help us to make more realistic. All right. And for the left side also. All right. Hold Alt or Option and click on the mask. And of course we could increase the opacity to get more stronger. I think blending here could be also better. And I think now, because we don't have any more raindrop on the water, we could decrease distortion values. Allow me to check. This is not bad actually, but maybe this one or this one could be. And note that if they are too strong, you have two options. Double click on the name and set the values again. Less vertical, more horizontal. Okay. And also you could double click on the right side icon here to set blending mode and opacity manually for each adjustment or filter. So I could decrease opacity, for example, 36. All right. More and more for others. and maybe something around 15% or 20% could be fine. And also our large waves too strong, I guess. Yes. So allow me to double click and decrease the value, maybe about half. Yes, that's fine. And note that something, because we have the wet ground and raindrops usually make the background material darker, so I duplicate this layer and choose the below layer. Before that, allow me to hide the top layer. This one, we don't need color information, so I going to image, adjustment, and using hue saturation and remove the saturations. Okay. And I will make it darker. We don't need this curve, or we could readjust it, so allow me. I hide all these waves and curves. Just double click on the top left and I will decrease the values to make it much darker and more, something like that. You see, now I could bring back this one. I think still background is too bright, so image, adjustment, and levels. I decrease the light output level. Something like that, and midtones make darker. Alright, reflection amount here, maybe around 20% is fine. Okay, so this is before and after. We have more wet surfaces.